How you doing, Beryl Solomon? It's such a pleasure to be here to get interviewed by you. I'm very, very excited.
Wow, Yechiel Jacobs, how are you doing? I'm so
I'm
excited to
good. How
be here
you
with you.
doing?
How's your day going?
Thank God, I can't complain. It's good. I stay off of TikTok, otherwise I get a little bit angry. But for the most part, it's pretty good.
Does it make you angry? Does TikTok upset you?
So TikTok, I have a love-hate relationship with TikTok. First of all, my TikTok thinks I'm pro-Palestinian because all my videos I get are from TikTok. So I got to keep it as if I'm pro-Palestinian because they feed me the good videos I can do responses to. So I appreciate them for that, but also it's just a lot of stupidity. It gets a little bit overwhelming.
You know, Yechiel, I gotta tell you, when I first started seeing your videos, I thought that I was like, wow, there's this Italian guy that is standing up for us, and he's so cool that he's so pro-Israel, and I was so proud. And then, and
He's
then
just a
after
Jewish kid.
and then, and then after seeing like your fifth or sixth video, I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow this guy, and I went in. I'm like, oh, Yechiel Jacobs.
I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm sorry to disappoint.
So you definitely have not disappointed. You have made me so proud, and
Thank you.
my intention, here today is to try to show. First of all, who you are out of character, because I think that you have so much to offer out of character, and also to hopefully encourage young people and old people for that matter. I'm not ageist. To utilize their talents. You don't have to be a rabbi to spread, positivity about Israel, about the Jewish people. You don't have to be a warrior on the front lines of every, pro-Palestinian march. You could be a guy who knows how to do great, impersonations and is able to be creative. And that's I guess my intention here today.
I
So I,
love that. I love that.
so I guess my question to you is, you know, how has it been? You went from like zero to hero, at least online. It seems like overnight. How has that been?
It's been, first of all, I'm super grateful. It's been an incredible experience. Like Omen Shemaim, it just exploded out of nowhere. I started, it was 4 months ago. I had like 800 followers on Instagram, like a regular Instagram account. I was just posting, like, I wasn't even posting funny videos. I was just posting, I went out for lunch with my grandma. You know what I mean? Like nothing exciting. And then October 7th happened. And I was obviously, every single person, it's like the 9/11 where everyone remembered where they were at that time. October 7th
Yeah.
happened. I'm like, all this crazy stuff. And the worst part on top of it, the salt on top of the wound was all the like the anti-Semitism, the anti-Israel videos, the pro-Palestinian videos, but they were just so blatantly false, and
By
it
the way,
drove me
even before Israel
crazy.
before Israel dropped one bomb or shot one bullet
Correct,
back,
correct.
they
Which
were
was
already they
crazy.
were already in the streets.
October 7th happened. You would think at least they have the courtesy to shut their mouths. You know what I'm saying? At least be quiet.
Could
But
I say,
they're
hang
just,
on, could
it's
I could
crazy.
I hear you? Could you do that in character though? At that
At
point,
least they have the courtesy to stop talking. Okay, we don't want to hear your stupidity. It gets activated. You'll see it comes in and out throughout the interview. If I
by
get
the way,
activated, I'm going.
feel free to activate it.
Okay,
Okay.
good, good. I feel this is my zone. So anyway, October 7th happens. I see a lot of these like pro-Palestinian videos that are blatantly false. I'm like, someone has to do a response to them. So I'm like, I'll do a response to them. At this time, ready for about a month, I was doing an impersonation of Sebastian Maniscalco. He's this Italian
Sure,
comedian.
sure, sure, sure. He has the whole bit about Passover and everything. He's great.
Exactly.
By the
Yeah.
way,
So
have you tried to get in touch with him? I feel like if you tag him, he'll totally pick you up.
so this is my thoughts with Sebastian. I'm pretty confident he's seen my stuff because a lot of people that he follows repost me,
Sure.
but it's a little bit political for him to get involved. Meaning
Interesting.
he's on
Interesting.
tour right now. If it goes that he's open, I'm a very pro-Israel, open, proud pro-Israel person. If he comes up supporting me, it might be bad for his. That's my thought. I could be wrong. Could be he doesn't know I exist, but
What a
that's my
shame.
thought
What a
process.
shame. He for sure
Yeah.
knows you exist. I think at this point, everybody knows you exist. You're so
Thank
good,
you.
so
Thank you
cute. I
so
love,
much.
I
Thank
love
you.
you, man.
Thank you.
The best.
So yeah, so then I'm like, I have to do a response. I did my first response. I got hundreds of thousands of views in like a few days. I'm like, what just happened? So I'm like, let me do another one. I hit 500,000. That's like the next
Whoa,
day. I'm like,
whoa.
another one, and then the rest is history. Now I'm just taking down these anti-Semitic videos one at a time as best as I can while making people laugh, but spreading facts. It's like it's a good combination. Thank God.
It's such an interesting medium because you know it's hard to fight a lie. Like a guy tells you the sky is purple, And you're like, no, it's blue. And he's like, what do you mean? Free the sky. It's purple. And you're like, no, it's blue.
Right.
Let me show you. And you try to show him facts, and he continues lying. But if you just say to the guy, like, what are you, an idiot? Do you think the sky is purple? It makes
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
it's like it debunks it so much easier. Like, just, you're an
Yeah.
idiot. What are you
Yeah, yeah,
arguing?
exactly. Well, you just that moment that you just had right now, you're an idiot. That feeling is my entire character. That
Right,
is what it
right,
is.
right, right.
It's saying all the things that people are thinking, and that it's bothering people that no one's saying anything, and then I'm basically expressing everybody's feeling in a character that's very passionate. So people are like, ah, okay, good. That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, good. This kid said it. You know what I mean?
Right,
That's the
right.
feeling.
And I feel like it also almost gives permission to the people that are like on the lines. I was making a video this morning. Why are more people, the silent majority, why are they not standing up and being like, this is freaking crazy what's going on? And I remember in myself during the BLM riots, I was quiet. I was scared of getting, when they were burning down America. I was scared of speaking out. During COVID, I thought the whole thing was a hoax. I was scared of speaking out. When they were defunding the police, I was scared of speaking out. The transgender movement, I was scared of speaking out. And because the the visceral hatred is so strong from that side, you don't even want to get caught up in it. But I feel that the comedy allows people the safe place to engage without
Interesting.
without having to like be labeled, and it's an interesting
Yeah,
medium.
it's a very good point. Yeah, comedy gives it gives like it's neutral, but it's not at the same time. Meaning, comedy is it's like real comedy is like there are no filters. You That's what comedy is. You're making fun of things,
Yeah,
but there is a truth behind comedy as well. So I'm kind of you can use that like you're saying you can use that comedy that kind of like that to get into something that normally you wouldn't because it's comedy, but at the same time you're bringing along your facts. You're bringing along points you want to bring out.
it's
So
so
it's
interesting. Have you
yeah.
always been into comedy, or is this like a new thing?
So I've always, since I was young, I was always like in school, I was always making people laugh. I was always like Friday nights with my family, and my mom was always like, Yechiel, do this accent. Yechiel, do this. She's always like making me like do all
Sure,
these different things, and I loved it. It was so fun. I love making people laugh. I like the. It was like I was like a showman. Since I'm a
sure.
kid, I enjoy it.
Are
And
you
then
getting
this is just
are you
yeah.
getting hired? Are you getting hired for shows right now? Like, are you considering that?
Yeah, so my next step, I think now is stand up comedy. That's really the
Yeah,
next step.
I
Actually,
think you would do
this.
great. I think you would
Thank
do
you so
great.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you. So I have had a lot of people reach out to me, but I've never done it before. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm getting like overwhelmed. But I actually have my first ever show. It's going to be in LA on the 11th. I'm performing
amazing.
with Elon Gold, Brett Gelman. There's a Lyle character. He's hilarious. So it's going to be my first ever stand up, and I'm doing it at the Laugh Factory in LA with these big comedians. So it's like super exciting.
Wow,
I'm starting it first time, and it's going to be with these like rock stars. So I'm like,
wow.
I'm very lucky, very very lucky.
That's what's cool, I guess, about social media. When the Beatles started their career, they had to, they had to do it in basements of the dingy bars of Europe, and they had to do one bar at a time. Here, you put out a video, you get a million views, bang, you're on stage with the biggest names in the industry, and that's
Yeah,
really cool. That's really cool. It's
yeah,
really
yeah.
really it's really
It's
really cool.
amazing. Yeah.
What advice would you give to, young people who want to use their voice, who want to, help in the fight, um, but just are either don't know how, are embarrassed, don't think it's going to go anywhere? What advice would you give to, people out there?
So it's a great question. From my personal experience, obviously I was super nervous when I started out.
Yeah,
Because I wasn't just putting myself out there. I was putting myself out there on a topic where the haters are next level haters. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like an
yeah,
anti-Semite is like an upgraded version of a hater. You know what I'm saying? It's like the maxed out. You know what I mean? It's like the worst. So I really was like, I kind of went in like, I'm like, if I'm doing this, like, if you're doing this, you're doing this. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So I think that's with anything in life is if you're gonna go for something, you got to give it 100%. There obviously are gonna be fears, but you can't let that stop you. If you really know what you're doing is right, and like for me, I know 100% what I'm doing is correct. I'm passionate about it. I love it. I know what the truth is. I do my research. Like for me, it's just like a no brainer. So if it's a no
sure,
brainer, I got to do it. And the fear obviously is the hate. The fear is people aren't gonna find you funny. People are gonna think you're stupid. People are gonna call you out. And I've gotten that in the beginning. I got crazy hate. I got Before I got like discovered, I was at 5,000 followers, and all my views were mainly people that didn't like me, and it was
sure,
very very intense. Like I'm talking like the death threats, the hate messages, reaching out to my mom, all these like like
Wow.
really really,
Wow.
that made me like second guess, do I want to do this? But I'm like, no, no, no. I made a decision. I jumped in. I'm going
Wow.
for it. And eventually, it picked up, and it got to the crowd that obviously I wanted to see.
Are
I
they
mean,
supportive? Are they supportive, your family?
extremely supportive.
Yeah, that's so
Extreme,
nice.
like
That's so
yeah,
nice.
they're unbelievable. They're unbelievable.
Um, so, I'm asking for myself. I've been doing this for 7 or 8 years, and I am at a point where, thank God I have my base, I have my following, I have my, regular viewership, and I'm finding it hard to sort of break out. What what advice could you give me? I mean, I assume you've seen some of my content or friends on
Yes,
Instagram.
yeah, yeah.
You
I've,
know,
I've seen your
give
stuff always pops up in my feed.
like
It's
give
awesome.
me some personal advice here. How do I want I want to continue. I want to grow. What advice could you give me?
So I feel like I feel almost a little silly to give advice, being that I'm in this business 4 months, But for me, it really, I think I got lucky, as in like right place, right time, right con. It was something that was needed in my situation. It was a time where people were so angry, people were sad, people were depressed,
Mm,
and my content not only made people laugh, it also made people feel good about what was happening. Meaning, it brought out points that
sure,
people are thinking. So
sure.
it was a mix of making people laugh. The biggest thing was making the Jewish people laugh in one of the most darkest times in
Yeah,
modern day history,
yeah.
but at the same time also proving the other people wrong factually. So like
I love
it was
that.
a so that mix and that time, it was something that was just needed. So I think that's why I got so much traction. It was a very needed thing, and then and it kind of kicked off. So to give advice to somebody else, I guess it's find the right, so to speak, the niche. The niche,
Right,
like right
right.
there. That was the niche, and I think I
It's
got
funny.
lucky with the niche.
I, I've been in the right place at the right time twice on in my social media career. Number one was when My Unorthodox Life came out.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of producing a film called Orthodoxed, which was in response to not that film, but the original unorthodox film on Netflix. So I had already been in production for about a year, and then My Unorthodox Life came out on Netflix. If you
Oh
remember
wow.
that, if you remember
Yeah,
that
yeah.
garbage, and I, within 30 days of them dropping on Netflix, I had already produced this film called Orthodoxed, and I had dropped it, and I was like in the right place at the right
Wow.
time, and
There you
whoa,
go.
it was just like I caught a wave. And then with Kanye West 2 years ago when he fell off his rocker the first time, Yimach Shemo, um, he what's it called? He he was railing against the Jews, how they were, running the world and in control of business, and all of the regular social media influencers were saying stuff like, it's anti-Semitism, it's this, it's that, and I was like, whoa, 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 what? I was like the de facto online Jewish businessman. So I remember I said, "Whoa, he's saying we're good business people. I'm not sure if that's anti-Semitism. Let me lean into this." And I would take clips of him. He says we're good Jewish business people. Let me tell you why. And then I launched this Jewish business secrets
Nice.
thing, and it just like, boom, right place, right time. So I know exactly what you mean. You have to
Yeah.
be in the right place at the right time
The
with the
answer
right
is it's a
content.
mina shamayim. That's what it
Yeah,
is. It really is.
yeah,
It's in the hands of God. You have to do your shtadlut, and that's it.
100%. Yechiel, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for taking the time here today, and you're the best. And does your
Thank you
character
so
have a
much.
name? What's his name?
But the character is Yechiel Jacobs.
It's
That's
Yachiel
the
Jacobs.
character's name. It's Yechiel Jacobs, but I don't really. The character is the voice. That's the character. I'm talking like this, get a job, do the math, all the stuff. That's the character.
Give me a message to the Jewish people in character.
The message to the Jewish people is continue having a job because we're pretty good at that, and keeping together. When it comes to the Jewish people, we're very good at coming together when times are tough. We got to learn to come together when times are easy as well. Okay, we got to continue being there for each other, love each other, get each other's backs, whatever it is. We're a very strong family. We got to keep going through the good times, through the bad times, regardless. Stay together. I'm Yisrael Chai. That's my message.
Mr. Jacobs, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're the, you're the best.